So why is the EU a target in Tradecraft's campaign for fairer supermarkets?
Well, Tradecraft supporters have been fantastic in the UK in lobbying for a UK supermarket adjudicator, which is fantastic. And so this adjudicator is going to tackle unfair trading practices, and the adjudicator has the power to fine. So we need to build on that success and inform European policymakers what they need to do at a European level. 3 out of the 4 largest supermarkets have their headquarters in Europe, and therefore it's really important, even at a global level, that those supermarkets across Europe buy in a much better way that has better impacts on workers and farmers in developing countries.
So why don't we just target the supermarkets directly?
Well, we know from the UK experience that since 2001, when the supermarkets in the UK said that they were voluntarily going to comply, they didn't. The Competition Commission found that they hadn't, and it's not possible for them to voluntarily comply when actually these unfair trading practices are such a source of profit for them. So therefore it's really important that we have strong enforced rules by an independent body applied on the retailers at a European level.
Do European policymakers, like members of the European Parliament, really care what we think?
Yes, very much so. In fact, next year we've got European parliamentary elections, so the MEPs are very interested in hearing what constituents think, and also they get less post than MPs. So they're much more, they can spend a bit more time on what their constituents are actually emailing them and telling them about. And then us as European citizens, we're obviously concerned about workers and farmers in developing countries. That's why we're encouraging people to take this action. But ultimately us as consumers will also be harmed. If European supermarkets carry on with these unfair trading practices, it will reduce our options in terms of price, choice and range that will be available to us in the future if these European supermarkets carry on.
So what's Tradecraft actually calling on the EU to do?
Well, what we're calling for is to build on the example of the UK supermarket adjudicator, to enforce very strong rules independently from the supermarkets, upon those supermarkets, and we need this enforcement body to be able to fine the retailers. We also need to make sure that there's protection for the suppliers and any others who make complaints, because what we don't want to happen as a result of making a complaint is if a retailer then chooses to delist or cut out a supplier. So it needs a little bit of careful design in how that happens at a European level, and then obviously the really important role is for coordination and coherence. So these European retailers are buying for many countries, and we need to make sure that this enormous buying power that they have, because they're now buying for so many countries, is enforced at a European level, but also that it's fairly uniformly enforced, to make sure that retailers don't change where their buying offices to go to a weaker enforcement regime. So the European Union has a strong role to play in terms of enforcement coordination.
So how can people get involved in the campaign?
Well, we're really excited you want to get involved, and the best place to go is to Tradecraft's website, which is www.tradecraft.co.uk, and then it's /supermarkets, and yes, please take action. Really important time to take action. Thank you.